Good afternoon, this is Blue from Redbeard Studio, and welcome back to the channel. Now, last week, if you watched one of my videos on that Amazon madness, I had a college textbook that was supposed to have been sent to me, but instead what I ended up receiving was an empty mailer bag, not sealed. There was nothing in it. The USPS was nice enough to stuff an empty bag into my mailbox and call it a day. Now, I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming Amazon. Things happen, okay? Mistakes happen. Everybody has made a mistake of some kind at some point. Every company is guilty of it. Every person's, I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it. Everybody. So I'm not laying blame, but I just find it interesting that in order to get another textbook, you have to contact Amazon, and then you got to go through their little kind of automated process. I don't know if you're real familiar with this. So it was a little bit different to me because anytime I've had an issue before, normally I contact somebody kind of directly, or I call them or they call me. And so this was done through their artificial intelligence assistant. And I thought it was actually kind of an interesting way of kind of expediting the process. So said, okay, is this the problem that you have? It's with this book. I said, yes. I said, what's the problem? And they give you a small little laundry list of items to choose from. And the part that I chose was parts missing, or something along those lines. And of course, with it being a book, as I said in the previous video, it's completely attached. So how could you possibly be missing a part? Anyway, the AI was smart enough to realize that it needed to send me out another textbook, which it did. Okay, so this was Thursday of last week, and I said, okay, with the Prime shipping and everything, it should be there by Sunday. Now, some of you know this and some of you don't. So some of you that are in different parts of the world or different parts of the country don't realize, things that happen regionally or locally, especially when it deals with Mother Nature. So those of you that are local, you do know that we just had a close little brush with hurricane, I can't remember the name of it, a tropical storm, something or other. We tend to remember the names of the hurricanes when they hit us, but when they pass us by, sometimes we tend to forget, or at least I do anyway. So that being said, we had a tropical storm that was in the neighborhood, and what happened is my local post office decided to move all of the packages down to the very, very south tip of Texas, down by the Texas-Mexico border, in a little town called McAllen. Okay, so not a problem. That's what they do, just in case something happened to the post office building. They wanted to make sure that everybody's articles that were supposed to be delivered stayed intact. It was a very smart move on their behalf. And I, again, not placing blame or fault or anything, but what ended up happening is that instead of it being delivered on Sunday, they shipped it to McAllen on Sunday. So, again, another day where I should have received my book, but I didn't. So then Monday rolls around, Tuesday rolls around, and it's still sitting down in McAllen. And I'm like, okay, what's going on with it? I'm checking the tracking on it, and it should have been sent back to here. I mean, McAllen's only like I think a 2.5, 3 hour drive, something like that. And so for those of you that aren't too familiar with us here in Texas, we don't usually measure things in miles. We measure things in time, especially whenever you're driving. So San Antonio is not 180 miles, even though it is. San Antonio is about a 2.5 hour drive. Okay, so from here where I'm at, Laredo, again, over on the Texas-Mexico border, but, kind of heading out west from my direction, is about a 2 hour drive. So again, like I said, we measure everything in time. Dallas is about 8 hours. Houston's about 4 hours. Austin, again, is about 3 hours, 3.5, depending on traffic. So that's how we measure our day and measure our distance. So I'm thinking, okay, McAllen's only about a 2.5 hour drive. We should be able to get the package back here by Monday, and it doesn't show up on Monday. Then Tuesday rolls around and it doesn't show up on Tuesday. So I'm thinking, man, where is this book? So I checked the tracking, and it went routed from McAllen to Dallas. So more geography lessons for those of you that aren't too familiar with the state of Texas. McAllen is at the very southern tip. Again, remember I said Texas-Mexico border. Dallas is about as north as you can get before you get into Oklahoma. Now, it's not up in the panhandle around Amarillo. That's a lot. But Dallas is pretty much considered to be like North Texas, like I said, very close to Oklahoma. So we went from McAllen to Dallas, and drive time in between those two, you're looking at a good solid, well, depending on how fast you drive. Some people claim they can make it in 10 hours. I would say estimate, just to be on the safe side, give it a good full half day, like a good 12 hours. So completely passed me by over here on the Gulf Coast and drove it all the way north up into Dallas. So I was checking the tracking today, and today is Wednesday, September 15th. And again, it's apparently still in Dallas, and I'm not entirely sure why it's there, because I know that the hurricane did make landfall, but it was around like Houston, Galveston kind of area, which is on the east, and I don't know how much area has been affected by rain and other things like that. So that may be what's going on. I really haven't kept up too much with the weather. Again, because it passed us by, we tend. So with that being said, I had to contact Amazon again because it was supposed to have been delivered yesterday on Tuesday. And I said, if it wasn't delivered by Tuesday, get in contact with us and we'll see what we can do about trying to work with you. I said, all right, fine, fantastic. So I get on the AI again. But this time the AI knows, hey, wait a minute, I've already fixed this problem for you before, okay? I don't know how keen I am on trying to fix it again. Like, I don't know if the AI is worried about that it's going to get punished, like somebody's going to go in there and throw some code in there that makes it feel pain. I don't know what the deal is. So it says, do you want to contact somebody? Do you want them to call you? And I'm like, no, just let me use the chat box. It's like, okay. So I get into the chat box and I speak with this individual. I don't remember the name, but it doesn't really matter. It's somebody that works there at Amazon, and they say, okay, you're having a problem with the book. And I said, yes. And they said, well, it appears to be lost in transit. And I said, well, I guess so. So they say, do you want a replacement or a refund? And I'm like, well, I need the book. This is my class textbook. Giving me a refund is great and fine and all, but that just means I have to find another place to order it. And unfortunately, almost nobody keeps up with the 2-day Amazon Prime shipping. Like, everybody takes like a week to week and a half to ship stuff out. And here we are, we're Wednesday, and I needed it like last week. So we're beyond the whole point of when can I receive this thing. Now, I do have some classes coming up where I'm going to need it for this following week starting on Monday. But what drives me nuts is that apparently now this is going to be the third copy of this piano book that I've had to request. And so again, as one of my band director friends likes to say, the saga continues. Well, the saga is definitely continuing with this text, and I certainly hope that it shows up. Supposedly it's going to be here by Friday, so we'll see. So like I said, the last one we said, oh, we'll see if it's here by Monday, and I would update you. So I'm updating you. It didn't arrive. I don't know where it is. It's in Dallas, maybe. I mean, maybe they just opened up the bag again and dumped it on the floor. Maybe tomorrow the post office shows up at my door and stuffs another empty bag in my mailbox. I have no idea. So I'm hoping, as they say, third time's the charm, right? So third time in American, not 3 like they do at Germany or Europe or whatever. I don't know why I decided to point that out for you, but I just, whatever. So third time's the charm. We'll see if we get the book on Sunday. Not Sunday, Friday. That's right, Friday. So hopefully we'll get the book by Friday. If we get it by Friday, then I think everything will be fine and hunky-dory, and the saga will be ended at that particular point. So again, I'll keep you apprised and let you know what's going on. Thank you for taking time to watch my video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button down below and also hit that little bell. It'll send you a notification next time I upload a video to this channel, and you can watch it and make fun of me all you want. So there you go. From Blue to you, you have yourself a great day. Bye.